The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City.
Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Already here, they'll audible to something else.
On first down, Thomas. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
To throw is Thomas. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's brought down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's Thomas.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 7.
Now Thomas.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Another run for Gibbs here.
Takes this to the 27, giving 4 yards.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Thomas will look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over at that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available. And incompletion as a result.
Third down, Thomas.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw in the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back to throw again. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw again on second down. Thomas. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Back to throw. Thomas. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
2nd down and goal. Thomas looking for his running back, and he's got it. Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will... 25. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Schwartz. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Read option. This is Gibbs. Muscles him off. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Lions had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forcing the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Dances by him. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 4th down to give to Gibbs. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. They'll go again with Gibbs. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards that time. Gibbs will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
Well, he's been a workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Thomas.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down. Swartz, flush to his right.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1-minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shout either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half. Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
On 2nd and 10, Thomas. It's caught by Mike Evans. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And now they'll shift things around. Here's Thomas throwing on first down. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll look to throw again. There's Ellison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The final shot before break. Schwartz. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
On third down, Swartz. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And now an audible here into something else. In motion comes the tight end left. Thomas on first down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on second and long. Thomas to the right side and complete to Jefferson. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Operating from the gun, Thomas. Looking sideline, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, the moment in the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going as a big part of their offense.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Back to throw. Thomas. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Breaking the tackle, Gates. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Looking to throw. Schwartz. He's got right on the short throw. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First time they looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Hand off now to Gibbs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll keep it himself. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold it a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way.
There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown Lions. From 17 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Thomas. This is caught by Evans. And he's going to be brought down right there, so nothing after the catch as he's dropped at the 42. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Now they'll audible to something else. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
To throw is Thomas. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. A gain there of 21 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw, because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Operating from the gun, Thomas.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good routes downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Operating from the gun, Swartz.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go, 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibbs.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the league belongs to them as well.
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And the fair catch taken. No time will come off the clock, and they will begin this critical drive at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That's caught by Addison. And he'll get out of bounds, so that stops the clock. Is on one play. They're up close to midfield.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This is 1st and 10.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Looking to throw. Schwartz. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. Fair catch called for and taken, so the ball brought up to the 25 to begin this overtime session. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of the play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Thomas will look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Still fighting for more. And he is in for the score. It's absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys in concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for the Vikings, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.